Sunlight streams through large display windows, illuminating racks of designer clothes and sparkling jewelry. The boutique is tastefully decorated, exuding an air of exclusivity. Martha, 40s, black, impeccably dressed in a chic, tailored pantsuit and a silk blouse, browses a collection of evening gowns with a discerning eye. She moves with an effortless grace, occasionally touching a fabric or examining a detail. Her presence is calm, almost regal, a stark contrast to the subtle tension that begins to build around her. CHLOE, 20s, a sales associate, looking a bit overwhelmed, approaches Martha, offering a polite, almost timid smile. CHLOE, can I assist you with anything, ma'am? Martha, smiling warmly, thank you, dear. I'm just admiring the new collection. I'm looking for something for a charity gala next month. Something elegant, but with a modern twist. Chloe's eyes light up. She gestures towards a section. HLOE. We just received some stunning pieces from the Elysian line. They're exquisite. As Martha turns to follow Chloe, a shadow falls over them. Amar Harrison, 50s, the manager, stiff in his suit, with a perpetually displeased expression, strides purposefully towards them. His gaze is not on the clothes, but fixed solely on Martha, a critical, almost predatory glint in his eyes. He stops abruptly, arms crossed, scrutinizing Martha from head to toe, his silence more unsettling than any words. Chloe visibly tenses, her smile faltering. Martha, sensing the shift, slowly turns, her polite expression replaced by a cool, questioning gaze. Harrison. Voice dripping with thinly veiled disdain, cutting through the ambient music. Excuse me, madam, is there a problem here? Or perhaps you're lost? Martha's eyebrow arches almost imperceptibly. Her voice remains calm, but there's an edge of quiet authority. Martha, a problem? Not that I'm aware of. Your associate was just helping me. And no, Mr. Amar Harrison, Mr. Harrison, the manager. And I assure you, madam, I am quite aware of who belongs in my establishment and who does not. His eyes rake over Martha's expensive attire, lingering on her skin with an almost palpable judgment. He makes a show of adjusting his tie, a gesture of self-importance. Martha. Her smile remains, but it's now a shield, tinged with steel. My attire? I assure you, Mr. Harrison, my attire is perfectly suitable for any high-end establishment. I'm quite familiar with luxury retail. This bespoke pantsuit from Milan cost more than your monthly rent. Mr. Harrison's face flushes, stung by her directness. He lets out a short, derisive chuckle, loud enough to draw the attention of a few nearby shoppers. He leans in, his voice dropping to a condescending whisper, though still audible. Amar Harrison, Milan, you say? Right. Look, we have a strict no casual wear policy. And frankly, your ensemble borders on it. We prefer our clientele to reflect the elegance of our merchandise. And your presence is distracting. He gestures vaguely at her, as if she were an unsightly stain. Martha's eyes meet Chloe's, who looks mortified, her hands clasped nervously. Martha takes a slow, deliberate breath, maintaining her composure, but a spark of defiance ignites in her eyes. Martha. Distracting? Mr. Harrison, I am a paying customer. I was about to make a significant purchase. Perhaps it is your discriminatory behavior that is truly distracting, and quite frankly unprofessional. Harrison scoffs, stepping back, his voice rising again. Discriminatory? Please, I'm merely upholding the standards of this establishment. If you intend to continue browsing, I'd suggest you reconsider your choice of clothing. Or perhaps you'd be more comfortable in a different kind of store, one that caters to less discerning tastes. He makes a sweeping gesture towards the exit, his implication clear and insulting. The humiliation is palpable. Martha stands her ground, her gaze unwavering. She pulls out her phone, not to call anyone, but to check the time, a subtle gesture that throws Mr. Harrison off balance. A faint, almost imperceptible smile plays on her lips. Martha, to herself, but loud enough for him to hear. Right on schedule. Patience, Martha, patience. The show is about to begin. Mr. Harrison looks confused, then irritated. He assumes she's trying to intimidate him with a fake call. Harrison, are you threatening me, madam? Because I assure you, I will not hesitate to call security and have you escorted out. We don't tolerate such behavior. Martha. Her smile widens, a glint of steel in her eyes. No threat, Mr. Harrison. Just an observation, and perhaps a promise. You might want to prepare yourself. The real disruption is about to begin. And trust me, you won't want to miss it. She turns back to the gowns, her movements now more deliberate, a quiet determination in her posture. The seed of conflict has been firmly planted, and the stage is set for a dramatic confrontation. Martha continues to browse, but her focus is now less on the clothes and more on the unfolding situation. She notices Mr. Harrison subtly watching her from a distance, occasionally whispering to other staff members, who cast uneasy glances her way. The atmosphere in the boutique, once relaxed, feels tense. Martha picks out a stunning emerald green gown and heads towards the fitting rooms. Chloe, still looking distressed, offers to help. CHLOE. Would you like me to open a fitting room for you, ma'am? Martha. Nodding, please, Chloe. And perhaps you could bring me a few accessories to match this? A diamond necklace, perhaps, and some elegant heels. As Chloe goes to retrieve the items, Mr. Harrison intercepts her. He speaks in a hushed but stern tone, his eyes darting towards Martha. Harrison. To Chloe, low voice, Chloe, what are you doing? We don't waste our time on window shoppers, especially those who clearly don't understand our clientele. CHLOE. But Mr. Harrison, she seemed genuinely interested, and she asked for accessories. Harrison. Cutting her off louder now. Interested? Or just trying on expensive clothes for fun? Look at her. She clearly doesn't belong here. Her bespoke Milan suit looks like something from a discount rack. We have a reputation to uphold. His voice carries, and several bystanders, other shoppers, turn their heads, curiosity piqued. Martha, standing near the fitting rooms, hears every word. She slowly turns, her expression unreadable. Martha. Calmly, but with a voice that cuts through the murmur. Mr. Harrison. I believe I heard you correctly. Are you implying that I am not a legitimate customer? Or that my appearance dictates my purchasing power? Mr. Harrison, emboldened by the small audience, puffs out his chest. Harrison. I'm implying, madam, that we cater to a very specific clientele. And your presence, and frankly, your persistent misunderstanding of our dress code, is becoming disruptive. We have other customers who deserve a pleasant shopping experience without distractions. He gestures vaguely at her, as if she were an unsightly stain. A few shoppers gasp, others exchange uncomfortable glances. Chloe looks on, horrified. Martha. Stepping closer, her voice still calm but firm. Disruptive? I am simply trying to make a purchase. Perhaps it is your discriminatory behavior that is truly disruptive, Mr. Harrison. Harrison. Laughs, a harsh, grating sound. Discriminatory? Please, I'm merely upholding the standards of this establishment. Perhaps you should take your unique fashion sense elsewhere. This isn't a charity shop, you know. We don't entertain fantasies here. He makes a sweeping gesture towards the exit. The humiliation is palpable. Martha stands her ground, her gaze unwavering. She pulls out her phone, not to call anyone, but to check the time, a subtle gesture that throws Mr. Harrison off balance. Martha. To herself, but loud enough for him to hear. Right on schedule. Patience, Martha, patience. Mr. Harrison looks confused, then irritated. He assumes she's trying to intimidate him with a fake call. Harrison. Are you threatening me, madam? Because I assure you, I will not hesitate to call security and have you escorted out. We don't tolerate such behavior. Martha. A faint, almost imperceptible smile plays on her lips. No threat, Mr. Harrison. Just an observation, and perhaps a promise. You might want to prepare yourself. The real disruption is about to begin. The tension in the boutique is thick. Mr. Harrison stands defiantly, glaring at Martha, who remains poised. The other shoppers are now fully invested, some openly whispering, others discreetly recording on their phones. Chloe hovers nervously, wanting to help but unsure how. Suddenly, the grand entrance doors swing open. A tall, distinguished man, Emmer Davis, 50s, black, dressed in an impeccably tailored suit, exuding quiet power, walks in. He scans the room, his eyes immediately finding Martha. A warm smile spreads across his face. Mr. Harrison, seeing a new, potentially wealthy customer, immediately straightens up, putting on his most obsequious smile. He starts to walk towards Mr. Davis, ready to offer his superior service. Harrison, beaming, "Welcome, sir. How may I assist you today? Looking for something special?" Mr. Davis ignores Mr. Harrison, his gaze fixed on Martha. He walks directly past the manager, who stumbles slightly in surprise. Mr. Davis reaches Martha, taking her hand and kissing it gently. Davis. To Martha, his voice deep and loving. "Martha, my dear, I apologize for the delay. Traffic was a nightmare. Did you find anything you liked?" Martha smiles, a genuine, radiant smile that transforms her face. She squeezes his hand. "Martha, sweetly, darling, you're right on time. And yes, I found something. But it seems there's been a slight misunderstanding regarding the dress code." Mr. Harrison, now utterly bewildered, stares at the scene unfolding before him. His face drains of color as he connects the dots. He stammers, trying to interject. Harrison, stuttering, "Excuse me, sir. I don't understand. This woman, she was causing a disturbance." Mr. Davis slowly turns, his smile vanishing, replaced by an icy stare that makes Mr. Harrison visibly flinch. The air in the room drops several degrees. Davis, voice dangerously low. "A disturbance? My wife, Martha Davis, was causing a disturbance?" The same Martha Davis who is the CEO of Innovate Global and a board member of this very retail chain? Silence descends upon the boutique, broken only by the gasps of the bystanders. Chloe's eyes widen in shock. Mr. Harrison's jaw drops, his face a mask of horror and disbelief. He looks from Martha to Mr. Davis, then back again, his arrogance completely shattered. Harrison, whispering, barely audible, "Mrs. Davis? Innovate Global? Board member?" Martha, stepping forward, her voice now clear and authoritative. "That's right, Mr. Harrison. And my husband, Mr. David Davis, is the regional director. He was just about to conduct his quarterly, unannounced inspection." What a coincidence, wouldn't you say? Mr. Harrison's eyes dart to Mr. Davis, who simply raises an eyebrow, a silent confirmation. The manager's face goes from pale to a sickly green. He looks utterly defeated. Davis, to Mr. Harrison, his voice firm and unwavering. "Mr. Harrison, I believe we need to have a very serious conversation about your understanding of customer service, company policy, and frankly, basic human decency. Chloe, please gather all the sales reports for the last quarter and prepare a full inventory audit." Immediately, Chloe, still in shock, nods numbly and hurries off. Mr. Harrison stands frozen, his worst nightmare unfolding before his eyes. Mr. Harrison is led by Mr. Davis to a discreet office at the back of the boutique. His posture is slumped, his arrogance replaced by utter humiliation. The bystanders watch, a mixture of shock and satisfaction on their faces. Some approach Martha, offering quiet apologies and words of support. Chloe returns, carrying a stack of folders, her expression still a mix of awe and relief. She approaches Martha. "Chloe, Mrs. Davis, I am so incredibly sorry for how he treated you. I tried to say something." Martha, smiling kindly, "It's all right, Chloe. I saw. You did well. You handled yourself with grace under pressure. That's a quality Mr. Harrison clearly lacks." Minutes later, Mr. Davis emerges from the office, his expression grim. Mr. Harrison follows, looking utterly broken. He carries a small box with his personal belongings. His face is pale, his eyes downcast. He avoids eye contact with everyone. Mr. Davis. To the remaining staff, his voice clear and resonant. "Effective immediately, Mr. Harrison's employment with this company has been terminated. His actions today are a gross violation of our company's values and our commitment to diversity and inclusion. We have a zero-tolerance policy for discrimination of any kind." He pauses, his gaze sweeping over the staff, ensuring his message is understood. Then he turns to Mr. Harrison. "Mr. Davis. Mr. Harrison, you will be escorted off the premises. Your final pay and severance details will be mailed to you. Do not attempt to contact any employees or return to any of our establishments." Mr. Harrison, without a word, is led away by a security guard who had quietly appeared. The manager, once so full of himself, is now a pathetic figure, his career in tatters. The shoppers watch him go, a collective sigh of relief and satisfaction rippling through the room. Mr. Davis turns back to Martha, his stern expression softening. He takes her hand. "Mr. Davis, are you all right, my love? I wish I had arrived sooner." Martha, leaning into him, "I'm perfectly fine, darling. Just a little tired of dealing with small-minded people. But it's nothing a little retail therapy can't fix. And perhaps a new manager for this branch?" Mr. Davis chuckles softly, nodding. "Mr. Davis, already on it. Chloe, could you step into my office for a moment? I'd like to discuss some immediate changes." Chloe, surprised but hopeful, follows Mr. Davis into the office. The scene ends with Martha standing tall, a quiet victor, as the boutique slowly returns to a more positive, respectful atmosphere. In Martha and David's luxury apartment evening, Martha and David are relaxing in their opulent living room, a panoramic view of the city lights outside. Martha sips from a glass of wine, a serene smile on her face. She's wearing the emerald green gown she picked out earlier, looking absolutely radiant. David, "So, the Elysian line, huh? Looks even better on you than it did on the mannequin. And I heard Chloe is already making waves as the interim manager. She's got a good head on her shoulders." Martha chuckles. She does. She's bright, eager, and most importantly, she treats everyone with respect. A stark contrast to Mr. Harrison. "I heard he's having trouble finding a new job. Apparently, his little outburst went viral." David smiles, shaking his head. "David, the internet works fast. Serves him right. Discrimination has no place in our society, and certainly not in our company. We're reviewing all our branches, making sure this kind of incident never happens again." Martha sighs contentedly. "Good. It's not just about me, you know. It's about every person who walks into a store and is judged before they're even seen. It's about setting a precedent." She walks over to the window, looking out at the city. David joins her, putting an arm around her. "David, and you, my dear, set a powerful precedent today. You handled it with such grace and strength. I'm incredibly proud of you." Martha, leaning her head on his shoulder, "I know, but sometimes a little dramatic entrance doesn't hurt, does it?" They both laugh softly, looking out at the city, a symbol of their success and the justice they fought for.